Hello, this is Jeff with Eva Hall Adventures, the Re-Guide Service, or Re-Guide Service. The Eva Hall Adventures Re-Guide Service. Whatever. Let's go for a ride. It's going to take a second to start, because I didn't pre-plan this. It's not going to sound pretty. Like music on. I got all kinds of stuff going wrong with making a video. Okay, let's go. So anyway, today's video is going to be about how to get into real estate investments if you don't want to have shit to do with real estate. If you want to have anything to do with real estate, but you also want to make some money on real estate, there's lots of ways that you can do that. And that's a little bit of what we're going to discuss today. Let's start out with some different things that you can do. One of the things that you can do is you can find properties for other people and wholesale, bird dog, that kind of stuff. Lots of people know about that, but for those that don't, real quick, basically what you're doing is you're going out and just looking for properties that look distressed, taking pictures, writing down the address, maybe trying to figure out a little bit of information on who the owner is, but generally that's it. That's what bird dogging is. You're not really providing a contract, you're not doing anything else. You know, the more information you provide, the better, as a bird dog, obviously. But you're not negotiating a deal. You're not making big moves, that kind of stuff, right? That's not what you're doing. Then wholesaling is a little bit more involved. You're going and finding all those properties and whatnot. But the other thing that you're doing is you're going to be, I have to go over the gate here in a second. You're not just finding the properties and locating them. You're not just getting the contact information from the owners. But what you're also doing is you're negotiating the price. You're setting up a deal. You're getting all that in writing so that, be right back 1 second. So that you can get all that in writing so that whenever you get all that, you can go sell that. You can make some profit off of it. Not the property, because you don't own the property, but you can make profit off the contract to buy the property. Why? Because you have it. Someone else that might not have time to go out and locate property might not be able to spend the time. They don't really know how to negotiate. They don't have people to do comparables for them and that kind of stuff. So if you can get a contract for them and put it together, they'll be willing to buy that contract. They're buying the right to buy that property. They're not buying the property, they're buying the right to buy that property. And so that's important. That's another way. Now, those are very involved, very involved in real estate. Both of those. I mean, bird dogging obviously less, but they're still involved in real estate. So, what's the answer there, right? That's some work, but it's not like putting your credit on the line. It's not having to find contractors to do repairs. It's not having to wait until the property's fixed so you can sell it. It's not having to get big loans. So it's less involved in real estate, right? Now there's other things that you can do. Bridge capital is a really good example. Bridge capital is where you will loan someone money so they can finish out a project, or loan them money so that they can do enough on a project so they can refinance. Someone might have a house that they want to get refinanced, and they can't get the money they need for all the improvements done on it, but they can get the money on the value that it would be worth once it had all the improvements on it. You might go in there and give them a bridge loan, which is hard to do, for $10,000, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, whatever it is. And then they go do all the work, and you secure the lien rights to the property. And that's basically what a bridge loan is. You're just loaning the money to bridge them from one point to another point. That's a good way to make money, and it's just being secured by real estate. And I think that, a lot of being an investor, because that really is, a bridge loan on an investment deal is being a real estate investor. I mean, that's 100% what you're doing. You're loaning money or you're using money to make money, and you're using real estate to secure your asset. That's exactly what that is. So I think that bridge capital, bridge loans are really one of the purest forms of being in real estate. Of course, you have to know a little bit about real estate, but not near as much. You just got to basically make sure that someone else has it all lined out, and kind of implement what you want as things of markers, or must-haves to move forward, or, that kind of stuff. And so you might say, hey, I don't want to be involved in real estate at all, but I've remodeled a house before, and the lady down the street selling her house, and she could get a lot more for it if she were to remodel it a little bit. The kind of remodeling that I've done, the kind of remodeling that I'm comfortable with. Well, heck, go out and offer that. Say, hey, look, my wiring is kind of messed up here. Yeah, another branch fall. Great. Stop, fix this. You might walk down the street and talk to this neighbor of yours that's selling their house and say, hey, look, your house, you could get $20,000 more for it if you were to just paint the outside and do this. What if I come in and I do all the work and then you pay me whenever all that's done? That's another way of you being in real estate, but not really being in real estate, right? Because what you're doing is you're in construction at that point. You're in remodeling more so than you're in real estate. Yes, you're remodeling real estate, but there's a lot of other stuff. You can get involved in qualifying deals, and what I mean by that is you can go get a license to do appraisals on stuff. You can go get your license to appraisals and inspections, and if you got your license to appraisals and inspections, you can make a lot of money in real estate, but without ever really dealing with real estate. You're dealing with the actual property. You're dealing with the actual structure itself, and people are paying you very well, to basically go in and do an analysis on the property. What's the property worth? What's it going to take to get the property worth that amount? Some construction stuff too, you could make a ton of money in that. So that's another way that you can make money in real estate without really being involved in real estate. Another way is, being a middleman for private lenders. Get yourself a list together of private lenders and charge a point on top of loans that you put together as a middle person. That as long as it's 100% private money, there's nothing wrong with you saying, hey, I want a referral fee of 1% of anything I give. And if you get a reputation where you're pre-qualifying people for these private lenders, and you're doing all the legwork for the private lenders, and you're going out and looking at properties before they're getting, so that's not really being involved in the real estate investment side of it. You're getting paid as a regular job, making money off of a job, off of things that you're doing, and that thing that you're doing just happens to be around real estate. And then there's all kinds of stuff beyond that are obvious things like cleaning services, trade services, plumbers, electricians, HVAC, management. There's all kinds of other aspects, of course, of being in a position to make money off of making money in real estate without actually having to invest your money into real estate or your time into real estate without having it, or I should say, you can do those things but not do the things that everybody else is doing, the parts that have made it a reason for you not to want to do it, if that makes sense. Because realistically, it's not a good idea to do all the parts of real estate. There's too much shit. There's too much stuff to do in real estate, especially when you're first starting off. If you're not an expert or even good or even knowledgeable in one aspect of real estate investment, you certainly shouldn't try taking on all aspects of real estate investment. That doesn't make any sense at all. But find something that is a small part of it where you're going to get paid no matter what, and then run with it. Be a real estate agent, which real estate agent is a hard gig for me to recommend anybody to, because it's a lot of not making money until you finally do. It takes a while, and you have to be a real hustler and you have to have a certain personality type and a 24-hour-a-day availability to people. So I mean, a lot of emotions, a lot of that kind of stuff. So I think there's better ways to be in that, but you know, I know leasing agents for some commercial stuff that make $70,000, $80,000 checks off of a lease. Now it might take them 5-6 months to put that lease together, but they're closing those types of deals every month, and that's making money in real estate without really being what most people would traditionally think of as being real estate. Anyway, any ideas, any questions, any concerns, anything that you want to share with me, something I missed? I guess you can comment. You can go to my website. You can subscribe, hit the like button, hit the unlike button, hit the halfway in the middle button if you're just not really caring one way or another. Hit that middle button, that middle okay, whatever button. And I hope you have a good day. You can find me at Viva Hall Adventures. Dang it. At VivaHallAdventures.com or the ReGuide Service. Not the ReGuide Service. Keep saying that. ReGuide Service, ReGuide.com. They both go to the same place, just different names for the same location, all within the same building. I hope you have yourself a blessed day. Be blessed, bless others, all that kind of good stuff. All right, and talk to you later. Bye.